somebody in the middle of a meeting, I'm giving a presentation, and they go, Mike-san, I don't believe your answer. It's very serious. Tell me what you mean. And then I start to give my response, and then 2 minutes later, same guy is like this. So he's very serious, and then 2 minutes later.
Meshida jokes about Japan. Japanese salarymen, white-collar workers in Japan. During the period of high economic growth, they were called corporate warriors, and it was everyone's dream to be a salaryman. But now, they are called corporate slaves. Unfortunately, they are proud of their long work hours, so they pretend to work hard, often go drinking and sleep everywhere. Today, I interviewed my American friend who worked as a salaryman in a traditional Japanese company for almost 10 years. Yes, he must be a closet masochist. He published a book, The Salaryman. Why did you publish this book?
It was like self-therapy.
Today, he will share with us the 8 most important things you should know before becoming a foreign salaryman. After watching this video, you will never want to be one. Meshida! Hey guys, it's Meshida. I used to be a typical Japanese salaryman. I worked at an IT company for 5 years. Every morning, when I took the packed train, I felt like I was trapped in my job. I thought there must be a whole jungle to explore outside of this small world, so I decided to quit my job and pursue my dream of becoming a stand-up comedian. As a result, now, instead of a jungle, I am walking in a fucking desert. So, please subscribe to this channel and help my comedy career. Recently, I receive a lot of comments and messages from foreigners asking what it's like working in Japan as a salaryman. So, I interviewed my American friend. Actually, he knows more about the traditional salaryman culture than me. So, he will teach you guys the 8 most important things in your job as a salaryman. Meshida!
I worked for 4 Japanese companies in a little over 9 years. And each company I was a seishain, permanent lifetime employee is the translation. So that's kind of funny to say you're a lifetime employee 4 times. So it's kind of ironic. It was in the Japanese manufacturing industry. So like electronics company, very traditional, lots of factories, many rules of how to behave, and old companies with no foreign management. That's where I was like the only foreign employee in the whole office usually.
Meshida!
So I'd be getting just the very simple problems in the first month or 2 of a lot of these companies was just like me getting my employment paperwork done, like my health insurance, my family's things, or like my paycheck, my bank, and like all these things that require lots of paperwork and like signing your name. Every time I'd be getting floods of paperwork back 4 or 5 times. Please don't use your middle name, or please spell your middle name this way, or please use katakana. And they'd finally get tired of doing the like paperwork for me based on like these mistakes. And sometimes I didn't end up getting the benefits of the company because my paperwork was too difficult for HR.
Meshida!
I have a hanko-phobia, and so I got very frustrated with it. Sometimes it became a big problem with customers too, because the hanko is like Japan holding on to the analog culture, right? Not adjusting to the digitalization of paperwork that's happened over the last 20, 30 years. And we'd have customers going, I sent you the order. Where's my order? Where's the approval? And I'd say, my boss is, he's sick for 1 week. And we need his hanko signature. He comes back. So please wait 1 week for his hanko signature. And the Americans are like, what the fuck is a hanko? They're like, I don't give a damn about a hanko. Just sign it. And so it was like this big culture divide.
Meshida!
The idea in Japan is like the company is going to take care of you when you're a permanent employee, seishain. The idea is the company is going to take care of you through ups and downs of the market or the culture of the industry or world markets or pandemics. They'll take care of you, but you don't know what that means. You don't know the detail. What does that mean, take care of you? And there's a trust in Japan, I think, for like authority in that case. You're brought up trusting authority a little more, and maybe the US and Western cultures, we don't trust the authority too much. We're more individual. This is not like black and white. This is kind of gray, but that's a general idea. I think Americans and Westerners have a more firm idea, like this is my career path. This is my goal. This is where I want to go in 5 years. And you're not really trained to do that in Japan. I think on a smaller level, like just a day-to-day level, I can give you an example, like the bonus system in Japan is very, very different from any other Western company, I think. In Japan, you make like 30% of your salary through your bonus. And it's not even up to your performance. It's just like a general bonus. So you're tying yourself to the company's whims. And so 2 bonuses a year. You get your June bonus, and if you get completely stiffed on it, it's like 30% less than the previous year. You just sort of take it. The Japanese employees just sort of accept it. Oh, bad year. Oh, that's too bad. And in the US, reaction would be a little more greedy, I think. And then the next month, in the middle of summer, the company puts lots of watermelon in the break area to take care of employees, because watermelon hydrates you in the hot summer. And then same employees who got the bad bonus are like, oh, the company is giving us watermelon, taking care of our health, and everything's okay.
Meshida.
My first company, I was on the sales team, overseas sales team. And the senior vice president of our group, who was in the Kanagawa office, and we're in the Tokyo office, an hour away by train. And we're very busy after joining the company after like 2 weeks holiday. Lots of orders, lots of sales to do. Let's go. And then suddenly the senior vice president in the Kanagawa office wants to have a Shinninkai official meeting with a nomikai after. And everybody dropped everything, canceled appointments, made customers unhappy, just to go to the senior vice president's office and bow and let him do a 20-minute speech about the coming year. And very ceremonial. And all of this we did for his convenience. So that was, to me, it was like, okay, the boss is the most important thing. The customer was like a very big second. And now I say this is a very traditional Japanese company.
Meshida.
Meeting is like a little ceremony to show you're busy, basically, to make a group bonding experience, I think, is part of it. They were always twice as long as they should be, and at least 10 times too many meetings as is necessary. So I would have these morning lineup, the morning greeting with my team, and explain what our day's schedule is. So I'd be sitting there in these morning greeting calls and go, Kyo shanai desu. Today I'm in the company is what that means. And it was like the total disgrace to say that too many times in a row so that my meeting schedule sounded good in the morning lineup. So I started taking heat for that, taking pressure, complaints. Michael, what are you doing? Why just shanai desu?
Meshida.
I can think of 2 or 3 occasions to see Japanese napping. Of course, napping standing up on the train like this, like standing up like a horse. That shocks me. Somebody in the middle of a meeting, I'm giving a presentation, and they go, Mike-san, I don't believe your answer. It's very serious. Tell me what you mean. And then I start to give my response, and then 2 minutes later, same guy is like this. So he's very serious, and then 2 minutes later, the last thing I saw that was amazing about a nap was I was in an izakaya, and it's very busy and loud, and the guy is by himself drinking a beer. And then I noticed, I'm like, oh, that guy looks sleepy. He's got a full beer. What's he going to do? And then 10 minutes later, I looked over again, and he's still sleeping, but his beer is gone. So it's like he drank the beer in his sleep.
Meshida.
I would say the theory of the nomikai is that it's partially about putting away, like it's displacing all the boredom that you had in your company. So I always had an equation in my head after I became an expert in working in Japanese companies. Every time there's like a big boring day of meetings, there's a huge nomikai drinking party to offset that. And I was always amazed at the nomikai, the all-you-can-drink menu at the izakaya. And it was like, first priority is drinking, second priority is smoking, third priority is food, very distant third. So I'm starving starving. I'm so hungry. Like I haven't eaten since 12:30 and it's 8:30. And I'm like, where the fuck is the food? Jesus. I'm like, drinks coming, smoke everywhere. There's a little yakitori stick. Oh, it's gone. Where's the edamame beans? These are appetizers. Where is the real man food? I'm starving here. And it's like, the Japanese are fine. They're totally fine because their system takes the drinking and smoke and replaces the food. And they live till they're 95 and we die as Americans at 70. So I just couldn't do the math. I'm like, how do you guys, maybe there is some biological breakthrough that's happened in Japan.
Meshida.
It's peer pressure. Nobody takes more than 2 days off, I felt. Unless they're on their deathbed, dying of a serious disease. They would do it in a way, take days off. They would come in, they would take half days off. So it'd be you didn't even notice they weren't even there in the morning. It was they were embarrassed to take a whole day off, a lot of them. I got so tired of my job at one point and I needed to take some days off. And I got so desperate, the only way I figured out to do it that got everybody's buy-in and didn't raise suspicion was I signed up for a colonoscopy at the hospital.
Meshida.
The book is called The Salaryman, and it's my experience working in 4 different Japanese companies in a little over 9 years. I can't discourage foreigners from working for a Japanese company. That's not my intention of the book. It was more I was overwhelmed by it. I was not ready for it. It was my unique situation, and I worked at some extremely traditional manufacturing companies that are not typical. Probably they're the top 20% of conservative places. That's very entertaining, and I think it tells a lot of truths about American culture, funny things, and Japanese culture, funny, interesting things, good things for both cultures.
Meshida. Thank you very much for watching. Actually, his book is very informative and funny. Please check it out. It is called The Salaryman. I'll put the link below. If you are interested in our culture, you should read this book. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. So see you soon. Bye bye.